Though with only one win in 9 championship games, QPR similarly to smile about as the curtain starts to close on this season. Jacobson is alongside me today. How are you, Joe?
Very well, thank you.
2 starting 11s take their place on this near side to our commentary position. On the away side, they are unchanged from the 11 that drew to Bristol City last weekend, which means Koki Sato.
Seems like an age ago now at Celtic, and we'll be looking to finish the season really strongly.
The London boy up in the northwest, Karamoko Dembele. It's a decent looking attack for QPR. Preston North End in the traditional white home shirt with the dark shorts and white socks.
Both managers have spoken this week about finishing the season strongly.
For a deep ball in to looping one towards the penalty swinger. It's a delicate one into the mix, volleyed away, not fully away. Dembele keeps it alive and pokes it out wide, but ball, and it leads to Preston North End. Game started well though, entertaining stuff. There's a challenge here which the away support don't like. Kessler Hayden, the winner of that battle. As Whiteman picks up the pieces in midfield and gives it to Greenwood, back into the 11 today. Very well done by the Leeds United. Which is very well covered by Jimmy Dunn, because Milutinovic once again just finding space in between a couple of defenders. Couldn't get.
Wasn't able to run through on goal.
And dealing with him so far. The QPR back line is David Cornell has a moment at full back for Preston this season. A couple of goals in the throw in here on the left hand side, but that chance, brilliant record against Preston. They've won 5 of their last 7, including the last behind. Well, let's have a look. Sato here as well for winning it initially on the wing.
Yeah, it's a great play from Sato, closing down Kessler Hayden there into the minute to finish those chances off. However, he'll be happy that he's getting in those positions.
Here's Torderson.
Coming on his left foot, and they crowded out the space, so had to poke the ball wide to Colback in the end to cross.
The game just slipping into a little bit of a... It's a long ball forward. Yang's going to chase this, but that chase is going to be halted because he started in an offside position, but he would have been all on his own in that corner there because there was no one in a black. And there's a little bit of concern here for Harrison Ashby, who got clattered by Kessler Hayden. I think,
well, if you're not appealing for it, then maybe it's not a corner, which I'm not sure how it was.
Lindsay.
Yeah, he did really well again though, didn't he? Just holding the ball up. He's coming into pockets where Lindsay's following him in. Because they're a 3 at the back, they can afford to have a centre-back go in, follow him all the way, and they are getting really tight. They don't want those attackers towards that back post, and someone's got to tap in there.
We're really seeing the full catalogue to come on. The 20-year-old London boy, academy graduate. Be interested to see if this alters the QPR front line in any kind of way, or whether Coley will just simply swap into that left forward. And when they come out, it usually means something serious is happening.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for him. And if you get an injury kind of this time of the season that forces you off, normally you think with only a couple of weeks left, that's probably your season done. And calling for the stretcher here, and there's obviously something very serious wrong with his shoulder here, and just hope that...
Pick up the pieces. First touch for Coley into Madsen, who sends one over the top. What a ball that is. Min Hyuk Yang, he's all alone. Yang gets his shot in at goal, and Kessler Hayden was chasing him down, and to release her.
Yeah, again, really good play. And it's that third man run again from Yang, who has done this 3 times now in this half, and that extra touch just takes it slightly too wide to do it because of Kessler Hayden was closing him in. He couldn't quite get a shot in and cleanly, but that's 3 times now where he's running the back line and timed it really, really well and try and get a decent touch on the ball. But like you said then, the front 3 of QPR are very, very fluid, aren't they, in where they are.
Kessler Hayden, 4 in the middle here in white, if they can find a cross into the box. Jordan Story's joined the attack. Kessler Hayden tries to get it. Ronnie Edwards had to be careful there. More than careful, he's giving it to Yang, who gets away from Kessler Hayden, who slips at the wrong time. Min Hyuk Yang, Coley making the run forward, who started his run. But unfortunately, this first half as Milutinovic, but he's always a threat, that's for sure.
Head it in, and Lindsay did that.
Well, there's still time here for one more attack by the looks
at the end of the half for QPR.
Well, QPR had chances. Min Hyuk Yang had a very good one in the early exchange.
Really, really well. Gets a strong header on it, but either side of the goalkeeper then it's 1-0 to Preston.
Well, this opportunity presented itself after a unfortunate slip by Kessler Hayden. And Min Hyuk Yang, the teenager, presented with a one-on-one opportunity. David Cornell making himself big, and like he said in comms, I think Story maybe coming across at the end put off the young South Korean.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and it's a great play. It's a nice little slip-through ball to Yang, who
particularly Yang for QPR. This opportunity, his first touch maybe didn't set him up so well for the second, and he rather hurried that left-footed strike.
He did, yeah. The ball back for another, and there's a third-man run that goes in, and he did everything right at the start. It's a good first pace to burn Paul Smith. He's very, very quick across the ground, and I think Dembele a couple of times was just coming into pockets and giving the ball away. He got knocked off the ball a couple of times.
Controls that with his chin. Whoever does the job. Coley. And a high boot by Coley, who's got to
see what was going on from a mile off, and Coley's just got to be a bit more aware of where people are around.
Feed it to Brady, and Smith just about recovers. Republic of Ireland versus Northern Ireland. It's the Northern Irishman who picks itself to a sliding tackle, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, and it makes your touch go slightly.
Smith, he's got support on the right, he's got plenty in the middle, finds the overlap, cuts it back, looking for Yang.
Kind of seemed to come away from the ball there, which, you know, you want to get as many players as you can in between the sticks and in and around the 6-yard box.
All kind of queued up there, waiting for the ball to come their way. Here's Torderson. Closed down by Yang, the Spurs loanee. Lindsay to Hughes. Now Frockyard. Targets in black in the middle. It's looped in from Madsen. Comes all the way through to Varane. Still alive with Yang. Encouraged to shoot. He'll chip it in instead. And chip it straight in to David Cornell's grasp. Kessler Hayden. Story right.
Marty Fuentes and QPR will be thinking the exact same thing, that they will give you opportunities. They do draw a lot of games, Preston, and probably haven't kept as many clean sheets as they crosses. Ashby, what can he deliver? Looks for the head of Yang, but opportunities to attack, to suit us might actually lift a bit, won't it? When it gets a bit stretched, QPR pressing up the pitch, and there's space for him to run in behind. Just didn't quite time it right there, and you know, he's offside, and QPR got away with one. So
to influence this game, well, I know he's only a teenager and he's got a lot to learn, and he's got a Min Hyuk Yang, but off with 65 minutes played, and I've got to say he's been one of the brighter sparks for QPR, and I'm surprised to see him come off.
Yeah, he's been their only kind of outlet now that Smith's come on. You know, I'd like to see a few more players getting a bit closer to him during the game so that he can link off them and run him